The NBA Summer League, the Atlanta Braves having their most important series, arguably, of the year, and the Atlanta Falcons getting ready to go to camp in the NFL. That's just a list of the couple of things that are going on in Atlanta sports as it stands right now. Of course, I'm going to go over all of it this video, but of course, before I get started, make sure to like, subscribe to the notification bell, get me out a little bit. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. Now, of course, I'm going to start off with the Atlanta Hawks, a crowd favorite. Everybody loves it. I projected the Atlanta Hawks starting lineup. I don't quite have a superb list of backups because I even think this starting lineup could change with the way the off season is going so far. However, the starting lineup I predict going to be Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, and Clint Capella. DeAndre Hunter is definitely going to start at small forward, especially considering the fact that AJ Griffin is not even healthy enough to play in the summer league as it stands right now. Going to get more into that later. However, getting out of the obvious, I'm going to go to the Atlanta Hawks summer league, and specifically I'm going to speak on the development of Jalen Johnson and Sharife Cooper. Now, of course, Jalen Johnson earlier in June had a non-surgical procedure done on his knee, which means he's not playing in the summer league and he's not playing in any games as it stands right now because of that injury. However, we do know what he's capable of. We drafted him last year in the draft, so he can definitely be really, really good. I think he can come in and earn some time this year. I wouldn't put it past him. However, I just don't think that's going to happen. I do think we will be using him as a trade piece because of his overall capabilities. Like, this guy can do almost everything on the court. You saw what he did for Duke in college. He had a game where he had like 19 rebounds, 20 rebounds, and 20 points on top of that. Jalen Johnson's a great player. However, one guy who is really, really struggling in the summer league, I want to go to Sharife Cooper. Sharife Cooper is struggling. He's really struggling. He's averaging less than 5 points per game in the summer league, which has me projecting him to be a backup for the team. And by backup, I mean he's going to be the third point guard to come off the bench. And I do think he can use another year of quite possibly going down to the G League and working out his game over there. Now, does this mean Sharife Cooper is a bad player and should not play in the NBA? Absolutely not. Sharife Cooper is one of the most talented guards to come out of Auburn, really the most talented guards to come out of the state of Georgia over the last recent years. However, he's struggling. He's not very, very efficient as it stands right now, and this is just the summer league. So imagine the NBA season. You're not even going against true NBA level players yet, or at least the best of the best in the NBA yet. So I think Sharife Cooper is going to have another year of development in the G League. Now, of course, switching topics and switching pace, we're going to talk about the hottest topic, the Atlanta Braves. As you guys know, the Braves currently sit at 53-36 on the season. They are sitting 1.5 games behind the New York Mets for the division lead. Now, of course, today at approximately 12:30, the last game of a very important Mets series happens today. Now, of course, going to the Mets, they sit at 54-34. And if the Atlanta Braves manage to win this series, they could really, really possibly gain the division lead right before the All-Star break. I think that's very important. Even though right now is not quite where it counts, I think it's going to count more when we push up to October, get into playoff baseball. I think that's really when it's going to count. However, I definitely think a division lead would be really, really good right now for the Atlanta Braves and their confidence. Of course, they started off the season a little bit slow, and the Mets just shot out of the gate at the beginning of the season. Like, they had a crazy record. At one point, they were even tied for the best team in the league, along with the Yankees. However, the Mets, over the last couple of weeks, have been struggling a little bit. So I think if the Braves can go in and win this series, even if they don't get the division lead from winning the series, I think it will be a huge morale boost for our team overall. I think the Atlanta Braves are a great team. In case you guys didn't know, a lot of players made the All-Star game. I believe Travis d'Arnaud, Dansby Swanson ended up making the All-Star game. You had Max Fried make the All-Star game. Ronald Acuna is an All-Star starter. He was the leader in votes in the entire National League. I think a snub was Austin Riley. Austin Riley, in my opinion, is the best third baseman in baseball right now. If you put it that way, I'm just going to put it bluntly. I think he's better than every other third baseman, and the fact that he did not make the All-Star game is a pure disappointment. I think it's absolutely disgraceful, that this guy did not make the All-Star game. However, what happened. We can't really help that. I hope Austin Riley can go in and keep producing the way he's producing, because he's on the way to a possible MVP caliber season. Now, of course, going down to football, getting to the Atlanta Falcons. Now, for the Falcons, I'll be honest, there's not a lot going on. So basically, camp is going to start soon. With limited activity in the trade room over the last recent weeks, I don't expect the Atlanta Falcons to make any specific big moves, and it seems like they're focused on rebuilding. And of course, the preseason starts in mid to late August. Now, of course, I gave you 4 players, really 5 players, /duos, /situations, or whatever you want to call them, that I'm excited to see. Now, of course, number 1 is Kyle Pitts, Pitts and Drake London and that overall deal. Two guys who are both 6'5" and above. They're both huge for their positions. Two guys who have great speed at their positions as well. I'm really excited to see what Kyle Pitts and Drake London could possibly do together in Atlanta. I'm really excited. Of course, for the second guy, we have Cordell Patterson, coming off of a Pro Bowl caliber season last year. He is not only good running the ball, he's great at receiving the ball. I think Cordell Patterson is quite possibly one of the most really electrifying players in the NFL to watch. I really enjoy watching Cordell Patterson. I'm excited to see what he can do for the Atlanta Falcons this season on a brand new contract in a brand new situation in a backfield that looks like it's going to be truly his this year. I'm really excited to see what he's going to be able to do. Of course, for the next one, you have, surprisingly, Marcus Mariota in a familiar offense. In case you guys do not know, Marcus Mariota used to play for the Tennessee Titans, and the Tennessee Titans' former head coach, or former offensive coordinator, happens to be the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. I am talking about Arthur Smith. So I'm really excited to see how Marcus Mariota and Arthur Smith really function and build their offense around each other. I'm really excited to see what this Atlanta Falcons offense is going to do this year. And of course, number 4, the last guy, Lorenzo Carter. I think Lorenzo Carter is a very underrated signing. I remember watching him at Georgia. In case you guys don't know, I'm a huge Georgia Bulldogs fan. I remember watching this guy. He was an absolute stud at Georgia. I think for the Atlanta Falcons, he has the chance to be a stud as well. Therefore, I'm really excited to watch him this season. But of course, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. You guys help me out a little bit. Of course, I wish you nothing but the best. Stay loved, stay blessed. I'm going to make some other channels as well. A music channel is going to be coming out. A space channel is going to be coming out. So you guys stay tuned for that. I know I spoke on it on the last recent video, so you guys stay tuned. But of course, you guys enjoy your day. Stay loved, stay blessed. I wish you nothing but the best. Yada, yada, yada. And without further ado, I'm going to end this video. Thank you for watching.